Hello everyone, Razorflamekun here, and in this episode of the Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction Let's Play, we are going to be continuing on with the second quest of the second act, which is to find the Heraldric Staff. However, there are a few things that I want to mention first. Excuse me. First off, I managed to get a rare splint mail off of Elzix, which had much better defense. And I went ahead and gave the rare breastplate to my partner. I also got this great helm from Elzix, which is also another item that we're not supposed to have right now. As for that, those are the, and I also upgraded my bone shield up to a better bone shield, and that's pretty much it. So I just wanted to tell you guys what I did while you guys were away. That wasn't very much. One thing I'm going to do is I'm not going to be carrying this with me. I'm going to be leaving it in the bank. And the reason why I'm going to leave it in the bank is because that's pretty much, I really don't want to have to deal with it right now.
Ask and learn.
Now the next thing that we need to do is we need to go ahead and switch up those, and I need to get 1, 2, 3, 1, 20, good. Let's see what these are. 34, 42. Holy crap, that actually has even better than the one that I currently have, but it's really expensive. Let's see. Plus 36 plus 32 and attack taste damage 1. Okay, I'm not going to get that. I'm going to actually keep the one that I currently have. Now, in the previous episode, we went through the Halls of the Dead, and in this episode, we are going to go back to the Dry Hills temporarily. We're not going to be staying here. We're actually going to be heading off to the next area. And along the way, I'm going to have to deal with some enemies that we have, that have spotted us along the way. Right here, looks like we have a Minion monster, so I'm going to take care of the Minion monster before that Minion monster takes too much damage off of us. And there we go. Got some. Wow, mana potions and some light of those, and a light healing potion, which I'm going to go ahead and use immediately. And pretty much stuff that you already know. What I'm trying to do is we are trying to go. We actually need to go back to where the stairs are. And once we get back to the stairs is when we're going to be able to go back up there, because the next area we need to go to is the Far Oasis. And I guess I'm getting some experience along the way. Oop, Grand Scepter. Okay, let's see. Does it have any? Oh my gosh. Well, it's not that great, but it still will sell for a decent amount when we bring it back to this store. Since I already did an in-depth video of this area, I'm not going to do much in terms of this area. I'm actually going to just breeze through this area and go into the next area. Oh, we're also fighting Cave Leapers, which are an updated version of, upgraded version of the Sand Leapers we were fighting earlier. As you may have noticed, this game has a very high probability of reusing palette swapping monsters, as you may or may not have noticed. That he's gonna be fine. I don't need to worry too much about him. The only time I need to worry about him is when he starts losing a lot of health. And I got another gem, which seems to be a very big seems to be happening quite a lot lately, and I still don't know why, but I seem to be getting a lot of gems. Again, I don't know why, but it's actually pretty fine. It's fine if I get a whole bunch of them, because that'll give me fodder to use later on. Anyways, there's a jug here. I'm going to go ahead and take care of that jug, and then we're going to go into the next area called the Far Oasis. If I remember correctly, there is indeed a... Oh god, not these things. This is the first instance of the swarms of those things. They are going to end up being very, very annoying. And also, we've also started finding a brand new palette swapped version of that as well, and that's not going to sell for crap, so I'm going to go ahead and drop it. And since I'm already full, we're going to head back to town. Palette swap version of the dung beetles we saw in the first area, so just keep in mind that that's going to happen quite often. And it looks like we have 3 of these, so now I can go ahead and make a regular skull out of those. And wow, I can't believe how many potions I actually got. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to swap out all of the light healing potions for the regular healing potions. And I also need to identify that helm as well. Then we're going to go to Farah and we're going to repair. What I've actually found out is that when you go to Farah and have her repair, she actually repairs both your equipment and your hireling's equipment as well. Anyways, that is really good. 2,868 for just one. I mean, seriously, I'm just gonna get this just to see how much it'll. 5,500. That's a lot. Anyways, let's see. Nope, not better. I don't think I'm going to find anything better than what I already have. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue on with our quest. Now, as you may have noticed, there were several new monsters that we have to deal with. First of which was the palette swap version of the dung beetles. Those, as you may have remembered from the previous version, or the previous version of them, the dung beetles, they drop lightning bolts whenever you kill them. So that can end up being pretty problematic if you don't have a lot of health, because they can just totally devastate you in terms of the amount of HP you have, and they can totally lower the amount of HP you have by a ton if you're not careful. And what's this? Just a health shrine? Okay, but still, health shrine is pretty good. Okay, that's gonna fire something at me, so I'm gonna have to be careful. But nothing too serious has happened yet. I'm still waiting for some more dung beetles like that. Oh, and then there's these things. These things, what they do is whenever they hit you, they take some of your strength. No, not your strength. Some of your stamina away. That's what I meant to say. But as you may have noticed, we're starting to find quite a lot of enemies right about now, which is pretty normal for this part of the game. Because you're starting to get into the desert and starting to get into some of the more troublesome monsters, such as those pesky flies that are flitting around that you've seen already. And because of these things. Another death beetle minion. God. And I think he was cold and... Oh, but I saw Oh, rare amulet. Oh, looks like we had 2. Yep, we had 2 minion monsters back to back like that. But I think I just got a very rare drop. A double rare drop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a double rare drop. I got the amulet and the dirk from the same monster. This, holy crap. That is going straight on me. I don't care what I already have. That is a hell of a lot better than what I had on it previously. This, 15 plus 15 mana, nope, not really worth it. This, not really worth it. This, not really worth it. What about this jewel? Ooh, wow. That jewel is actually pretty decent. Plus 5 to maximum damage, plus 14 to mana. That's fairly decent jewel, but still not as good as what we want to see. And holy crap, I gotta stop picking up potions, because I'm just starting to just gather too many potions too quickly. But we took care of 2 minion monsters right there, which is actually pretty rare to find 2 of them back to back like that. Balance knife, always pick up those because they always sell for a decent amount. Believe it or not, they do. And we also have another palette swapped monster that we started seeing are these black raptors. I didn't mention them earlier because they were just palette swap versions. Just deal with them the way you dealt with previous versions of them. I mean, it's not that hard to figure out, in my opinion. All you have to do is just take them out the way that you would normally. And where is this going? Okay, that goes to another part, which don't want to go to yet because we want to. Oh crap, that's not good. That usually happens right about. Actually, that usually happens right after you enter the Lost City, which is something I kind of forgot that happens, but this is something you're going to have to take care of. And this also really hinders you as well in the field, so you really want to be very careful when this darkness is around, because you could get yourself into quite a bit of trouble pretty quickly. There's a pylum. Come on, pick it up. And God, I really hate these little swarms of insects. They are really annoying. Anyways, I think this video is just gonna be going around and getting the entire map, entire mini map of this area completed. I'm gonna work on getting the entire mini map finished for this area in this video, and then the next video we are going to go and going down into the what is it? The maggot lair for the for the stat. We're looking for the shaft of the Herodric staff. So that's what we are going to be doing in the next episode. But this episode still isn't done because there's still stuff. Ow, shot lightning at me, which is really unfortunate of them to do that. Health shrine restocked. And what we need to do is we need to head back up this way because there's a place that we can go up here, and there's another monster that I didn't see that I thought that we didn't kill yet, because there's an area up here, and there is the maggot lair, and there's the way shrine, waypoint. I've been calling them way shrines again. They're not way shrines, they're waypoints. So that'll help me get back here fairly quickly in case I have to save and exit the game immediately after this video, which I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not. I don't think it will, but just in case. Again, nothing too terribly exciting is happening. Just going around a new area, killing the monsters in the area for experience. Which is the usual. What you usually have to do in this game is search areas, get new stuff, search new areas, get new monsters, find new monsters, get better experience, and get better loot, and eventually level up. That's pretty much the gist of this game. What I'm actually going to try to do from this moment on is I'm going to try and do more in each episode, because I don't want this to drag on too long. Because I think it's been going on too long in terms of certain amounts of videos. I mean, I think it's just been going on a bit long. And I would explore like a dungeon immediately after the one that, like, I'd go and explore this dungeon, and then immediately afterwards I'd go and explore, I'd explore this area and then the dungeon, but that isn't really the case that you want to do, especially with this darkness. And sorry if that really didn't make much sense. I'm sort of a little scattered at the moment. I'm still recording this episode because it's not that hard or demanding of an episode. I knew it wouldn't be. I mean, it's just exploring a new area, and I did just level up to 20, so we are now level 20. And we're all actually starting to get some better in terms of throwing potions. We're starting to get better throwing potions, which means they'll sell for more, which is a good thing. And wow, I'm full, so we're gonna have to go back to town. So yeah, since we're heading back to town, nothing much left to talk about in this episode, since we did everything that we needed to in this episode. So as soon as I deposit this jewel and then go to Farah and do the repairing thing and selling thing, I think I'm going to call it an episode. So until next time, this has been Razorflamekun, and may all of your days shine brightly.